Namaskaram, welcome to the Crescent world. Today we will see what happened in White House Correspondents Association's meet on Saturday. Trump's life was threatened again by an assailant hailing from California, as they say. The thing is, Trump survives another assassination attempt followed by a press conference which he gave in White House. Let us see what happened on Saturday. First, Trump gathered on a meeting with all the correspondents who were supposed to meet in White House, and everyone were present there, and many officers were present there in the Trump administration, including FBI Director Kash Patel. And what happened is one assailant, one perpetrator walked into the White House Correspondents Association meeting with a shotgun and various weapons, with knife, everything, and then he was stopped at the metal detector at the entrance, and then the assailant opened fire on the officer, which injured him. Of course, he was wearing a bulletproof vest which saved his life, but he was taken to a hospital where he was treated. And then the perpetrator was brought down, and then he was arrested, and then he is now under integration. The assailant is Cole Thomas Allen from California, which was told by President Trump himself after he went to White House to deliver his speech after surviving the assassination attempt. Trump said it is not connected with any international terrorists organization or any international organizations or international countries' armed forces or something. He rejected role of Iran in this assassination attempt, and then he said he is not commenting on Iran in regard with this attempt. He accepts that this attempt is purely on basis of homegrown organizations or homegrown opposition, which is causing all this menace in the country. Trump is looking for constructing a ballroom inside White House for about $400 million, which he was planning sometimes back. Maybe because of constructing a ballroom inside the White House, or it really happened, or to divert something inside United States, or to hide something from people's mind, or to divert external failures. We don't know. But what we know is Trump's life was under threat, and it was cleared after securing the ballroom by the security forces. Next, Iran. Iran has denied any participation in Pakistan-mediated ceasefire talks by the Pakistani authorities, by Asim Munir, Shahbaz Sharif, and the Foreign Minister of Pakistan in Islamabad, as requested by the United States government and Trump. Now, Iran said it is not interested in pursuing any dialogue, as every time when the dialogue happens, United States attack Iran. There is no progress in speaking with a country with bad faith. So Iran said it is not participating in the ceasefire talks in Islamabad. Trump has called all the correspondents as well as his Vice President J.D. Vance not to go to Pakistan for participating in any ceasefire talks, as Iran is not interested. So US is not going to attend any peace talks mediated by Pakistan. This is what is going on in Islamabad. And Iran's foreign minister has went to Pakistan, landed in Noor Khan airport, had talked with Asim Munir, had talked with various authorities in Pakistan, which has nothing to do with United States authority. And then there is a clear denial by the Iran's foreign minister, stating it is not interested in talking with the United States, but the delegation went to Pakistan just to convey their side informations, their side's points to Pakistani mediating committee, as well as whatever Iran is requesting or whatever Iran is trying to convey to United States has been conveyed to Pakistan, which has nothing to do with United States. United States is calling for a talk, but Iran's foreign minister went to Pakistan, denied to meet any US authority, and then he went to meet President Vladimir Putin in Russia. He landed in Moscow. He is talking with President Putin now, and then we will know what happened with the talks later on when he lands back in Tehran. this is what is happening in Iran regarding the ceasefire talks of US, which is supposed to be mediated by the Pakistani authorities. On the other side, Iran has also said it is not trusting Pakistan, and then it is not considering Pakistan as a powerful country which can mediate between Iran and US. Yes, I repeat, Iran has clearly said Pakistan is not a powerful country to mediate a talk between Iran and United States, but for time being they are using Islamabad as a place for negotiating between US and Iran, so that the other talks can happen elsewhere in the world. But for now, they are using Pakistan for utilizing the space in Islamabad to start a ceasefire deal. That is what Iran's authorities are telling. But Pakistan is claiming otherwise. Pakistan claims it is a superpower. Pakistan is claiming like they are the country which is born to give peace between superpowers. They are the mediating everything. Pakistan can say whatever, but Iran clearly denies Pakistan as a powerful country to mediate truce between US and Iran. This is what Iran's position about Pakistan stands. Pakistan again calls Tehran to have a talk with the United States in Islamabad to proceed for a ceasefire. But Iran has given very clear statement like Tehran is not looking for a short-term ceasefire, but it is looking for a long-term peace. And then they have clearly given 10-point agenda about the ceasefire, where it has clearly mentioning that they are not going to yield, they are not going to give up their nuclear status. The points included: Tehran will produce nuclear weapons, Tehran will use atomic energy for their civilian as well as for the military purpose. They are not negotiating with US on the grounds of nuclear or like atomic powers or the weapons. So it is very clear that Iran is on the side of dictation. Donald Trump, after the ceasefire talks failed in Islamabad with Iran, and Iran said like we are not turning to the tables, has given 3 days ultimatum to the Iran's authorities to go back and give peace talk another try. Otherwise, the United States will attack the energy infrastructures in Iran. And then Iran clearly said if energy sector or energy infrastructure in Iran, anywhere in Iran, if it is attacked, it will clearly retaliate with all the facilities in the Gulf. So it is not going to end in a small way, or it is not going to end in a usual way like whatever US does, like or did in Libya, Iraq, Syria, or say some other part of the world. So Iran is here to stay, and then Iran will fight back. That is what Iran is telling. And Trump is not yielding, he is not going back, he is always like doing the same thing. He is telling Iran to surrender, but Iran is not surrendering. Iran is not in a mood to surrender. And then Iran has clearly said if its energy infrastructure is attacked, it will clearly retaliate, and then there will be attacks on desalination plant, there will be attack on energy infrastructure, there will be attack on refineries, and then it will randomly attack whatever it is aiming or targeting. So Trump, he has to consider about the lives of millions of people who are in the southern side of the Persian Gulf, especially UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, etc. So all these countries are in the first line of say attackable position by the Iran's say drones or missiles. And after threatening Iran's energy infrastructure, Trump's authorities are clearly saying there are 80% of the arms and ammunitions which are unused or which are still present in Iran's armed forces. IRGC possesses 80% of whatever they are having before the war. So only 20% of the arms and ammunition, especially the drones as well as missiles, as well as the ballistic missiles, whatever they are having, it is still intact. US have moved 3 aircraft carrier groups inside near Persian Gulf, and then it says like it will attack, and Iran says like whichever comes in line of fire, it will be met with power. So this week we have to wait and see after 3 days when the Trump's ultimatum ends, whether Trump's administration will attack Iran's energy infrastructure, and Iran will it retaliate all the energy infrastructure desalination plants on like in the Persian Gulf. We don't know. And then whether USS Navy, like naval power, will be tested in the waters in the Arabian Sea, or it will be like the Iran has something called as USV, like drone, it is called as UAV, unmanned surface vehicles. Iran has good possession of unmanned surface vehicles. Will that be tested, or will that work in Arabian Sea against all this US Navy blockade as well as United Nations peacekeeping force in Lebanon? What will they do when ceasefire as mediated by US fails in Lebanon and Israel? We don't know. This week will be crucial for making truce or proceeding with a war in two fronts, one in Iran, another one in Israel-Lebanon border. Whatever happens, let us pray. Let us see what's going to happen. Meet you in another episode of the Crescent World. Thank you. Namaskaram.